Hi, everybody, and thank you for joining. My name is Miral Karmazin. I'm the head of Global Pre-Sales and Partner Enablement at Priority Software. We are very happy and excited to have this webinar together with our partner from Hong Kong, Netmon. We are sure that together we can bring real innovative and exciting solutions to organizations in Hong Kong and in the area. We will talk about ERP today, but in order to start, I would like us to think, what do we know or what do we mean when we say ERP? What is ERP? Do we all mean the same thing? The ERP that we all know for years, that one and only main system that the organization uses for all it needs, which supports all of the functional needs of the business. Is that still what ERP means today? So let me give you a hint. My answer to that would be no. Almost everything we knew about ERP for the last decades has changed, and the main three conventions about ERP are no longer valid. The first is that ERP is the one and only system that the organization needs. This is not relevant for a long time now. We all know that there are many other business applications near to the traditional ERP, and there's even a trend called two tiers, which means that the head office uses one ERP and the subsidiaries of the organization use other ERP systems, mainly due to different needs. The second is related to who is using the ERP in the organization. It used to be the employees, but today employees are only part of who uses the ERP. We have external users like customers submitting orders directly to your ERP system, or vendors updating delivery time in your system. This is called today contactless. Not only the user have changed, but also the way they use the system. What is the user's role and what can the system do for the user? Here we talk about the automation and the personalizations. The third traditional convention about ERP is that we all know what ERP is. It's enterprise resource planning. Well, that's no longer true either. We know now that there is no one system that fits all. We know that in many cases, the ERP has nothing to do with planning resources. By the way, a recently published article in Forbes was calling for suggestions to a new name for this thing known as ERP, because this abbreviation is no longer relevant. These are some of the things which affect our product strategy. Market leaders are also an important source for defining our product strategy and roadmap. IDC talk about the post-COVID world. Things that prior to the COVID, we had to explain why they are important, like cloud or mobile, are now basic requirements. The post-COVID organizations are much more digital. When looking at the ERP system, they are now expected to be more sophisticated and provide solutions in areas like automations, personalization, agility, connectivity, and more. As a Priority, these are not just buzzwords, we have real features behind them. I mentioned IDC, and now I want to mention Gartner. Gartner speak about the evolution of the ERP system from the one single system that the organization is using to a niche system specializing in a specific area like CRM or MRP, and now to what they call the composable ERP, meaning an ERP you can compose from many different parts, platform capabilities such as UI, UX, analytics, or integrations, and the functional layer on top of that, so that each organization can compose their own system. What the analysts say and the trends that we see support our product strategy of ERP as a platform, understanding that as important the functionality is, it is on top of the platform. This is not a new strategy to us. This is the way we think and build Priority for some years now. The flexibility for Priority is almost a religion to us, something we think of in everything we do. The main point here is that organizations must be able to quickly adjust to the ever-changing reality and business needs, and they need their system to support them. Hosted on a public cloud, Priority Cloud ERP is a full multi-tenant SaaS-based solution that currently handles more than 5 million daily transactions. Ideal for growing companies, Priority's flexible and scalable cloud ERP enables gradual, steady growth, serving from a few to several thousand users. The mobile is something we at Priority support for many years, and now with the acquisition of soft solutions, the capabilities get a significant boost. The openness is again the understanding that the ERP, as good as it can be, cannot and should not support all the organization's needs. There will always be additional systems, and we must be able to easily connect with them so that we can be the single source of truth for the organization, even if this truth comes from many different systems. So what we understand from the trends today is that the role of the ERP has changed from being the single system the organization needs. Today, the role of the ERP is to be like the manager of the orchestra, to make sure that all the different parts are working in harmony. The connectivity in Priority, supporting the openness we just talked about, is provided in 3 layers. The basic one is the integration tools. We have an API for many years now, and in one of the recent versions, we added the webhook option. And now on version 22.1, we introduced the ODBC tool, an interface technology that is designed for the extraction of large volumes of data. So for data-heavy applications like BI, it's a way to bring out the large amounts of data. The second layer is the ready-to-use connectors. The connectors are a tool which allow us to easily offer to our customers additional functionalities without the need to actually develop that functionality. The third layer of the unlimited connectivity is the innovative solutions that Priority brings as part of the product by integrations with best-of-breed solutions. When talking about the ERP and human interaction, we refer to 2 parts. Who are the users using the system and how they are using it? Today, we are so used to the fact that external people can use our system, like customers or vendors, that we can almost think this is how it's been forever. But the truth is that the fact your customers and vendors work directly on your internal organizational system is really something new for the last recent years. This trend is significant when it comes to payments. A customer can pay in a self-service mode using the mobile or the desktop and using a variety of payment means, traditional and more innovative. It is also common in the area of approvals, where the organization can send to its customers and vendors digital documents to be signed, and the customer or vendor can digitally sign them and send them back. I am sure you've had this experience with your insurance company or other vendors that you work with. Another example for this is the chat options that you have. Almost on any service on any service website you go to, you'll get the automatic chat option. That's part of the instant communication capabilities. Here too, whatever you write on the chat is recorded on the system. So again, you as an external contact person can record data in the organizational system. All of these are just examples to the contactless digital experience external people have, and it actually turns these external people to users of the system. The other side of this is, of course, saving a lot of time to the real traditional users of the system. The meaning of that is that the role of the user changes, and this is a very important trend to understand. We don't need users to do the simple work which can be done automatically or by the customer or vendor. We need the users to do the unique work of the organization. And this brings us to the second part of the ERP human interaction, the automation and the personalization in the system. The automation is what allows the users to give up the boring, repetitive work and focus on the real added value to the work. Looking at priority, we understand that sometimes we don't need to invest anything new. We have few tools that have been here forever, but really fit into this trend. And I'm referring to the tools you can find under the Automation Hub in the system. The macro tool we have is doing real RPA, robotic process automation. This can now be used also for processes involving more than one form in the system to automate repetitive tasks. The business rules tool is a process automation triggering the next action using push notifications or webhooks. The data autofill tool fills in data according to predefined conditions and rules. Currently, the user needs to teach the system what these rules are, but soon the system will learn this by itself. All of these tools we have in priority for the last at least 20 years, long before anyone thought of the trend. So sometimes we don't need to invent the tool, we just need to know how to present it and speak about it. The third axiom we're discussing today is that ERP is ERP is ERP, and all ERPs are very much the same, and all organizations need the same solution. Well, that's completely not right anymore, and today we all understand that one size fits none. The organizations and the users in the organizations want a system that fits their specific needs. So we are no longer talking about the traditional tailor-made system, but rather the personalized system, a system which can dynamically adjust itself to the specific organization and user. How do we do that? One way is to allow the users or the organization to teach the system. So the result will be a system which fits the specific parameters we taught it. The way this is realized in priority is currently available as what you see on the screen right now, called the onboarding process, where the user teach the system what they need or what they don't need. The customer logs in for the first time to the system will ask them a few questions to understand the needs. For example, do you use budgets or do you have salespeople? As a result, priority will automatically be reorganized or designed for their exact needs. When the users will meet the system, it will already be designed according to their needs, and this will make their onboarding process much easier. The second way, and much more interesting or cool one, is when the system learns automatically by itself. Based on AI tool, Priority now can learn the user's habits and how they use the system to recommend some changes which will make the user's work easier and more efficient. You probably already heard about personalizations or the need for personalizations. We in Priority realize that in your daily work. To summarize this short session, we talked about the current trends in the ERP world as identified by global research firms and how Priority's product strategy fits to these trends. I hope I was able to show you the high-level trends that I started and give you a little taste of how they are reflected in Priority, in our Priority system. We really take these trends into our product strategy and bring them down to earth into the specific functionalities and capabilities or specific features we have in the system. I would like to thank you very much for participating and for listening. If you have any questions or would like to connect, please connect Netmon directly and we will work together to answer any questions or make any additional contacts. Thank you.